Okay, I don't know why I'm going to get some video here and see if it comes together or not. So, pasta carbonara. This is not an ancient Italian dish. The origins are very unknown. They think that it became very popular after the influx of pork after World War II from the American Army. But what we're going to do here is walk around the ingredients. You can get all kinds of nice bacon. Basically, it's different forms of bacon in the Italian markets. But this is eggs cooked into the pasta with bacon and pepper and garlic. So we start out here. We're going to heat up the oil, and I've taken just 2 cloves of garlic. It's not anything I could find in the recipes, but I took the green part out of the middle, just sliced it lengthways. I'm going to smash it and warm it up in that oil, and then the bacon's going to be browned in that. I call it bacon, but cipresi. Mozzarella Toscana. It's from Tuscany. Oh, this is no good. It's no good. This has to come from Umbria. Okay, so here's what we did with our garlic, and that's just going to go into the oil here, which I'm going to start warming up a little bit, up on fairly low heat. Okay, like that. Then in goes my bacon. Okay, like literally not even 30 seconds later, the oil's just starting to bubble a very little bit. And the water for the pasta, it's getting there. We're starting to see some bubbles on the bottom. And the pasta I'm going to use is this. They say the important thing is the egg. It's supposed to be just egg yolk stirred in with the pasta. But I don't even know what to do with the whites for now, so I'm going to just stir in the whole thing. The pasta has to be a sufficient volume to surface area ratio and hot, very hot when you stir in the eggs. So I'm not so sure how this is going to work. This is a very nice, I guess you'd call it an angel hair pasta. So, all right, wish me luck. Okay, so here's this garlic just sizzling along in here. Not getting brown, just sizzling around. Getting clear. And you could smell, I think the smell is a very important indicator here that it's releasing its flavors into the oil. It does smell very, very good. Okay, so here comes the, pancetta, but I'm just going to call it bacon for simplicity, because they make 10 different, I don't know how many different kinds of this. It's basically bacon with, get out of there. Now, there we go. It's basically some beautiful sliced bacon here, smoked, and I do find it to be very interesting that even though this dish is fairly famous, it's not really very. It has no pedigree. You know, if you consider Wikipedia to be a good source. And if it's not, and given the criticism and the amount of attention that various articles get there, basically the competition of ideas, what they say is probably correct. That this is a sort of a 20th century dish, possibly as late as the mid 20th century, which would be, post World War II. When the bacon became very available. So, I'm just going to keep cooking this down until the bacon gets brown and the bacon fat gets nice in here. And then this, as it is, we'll get just a little bit of pepper put on it. No, not just a little bit of pepper, a lot of pepper put on it. And then that will get stirred into the pasta. Or does the pepper go into the pasta first? I think it'll be better in here first. So that part of it, I'm not going to worry about. I think it'll be fine either way. Okay, so boiling water. I've turned this off. It was boiling. It's good and hot because this needs to cook a little bit more. The pancetta, the pancetta in oil with garlic, in olive oil with garlic. And it's coming along very nicely. You notice that this is not bubbling and sizzling and popping and steaming and things because there was not a lot of water in the pancetta, which is essential. I mean, you don't want to pay for water when you're paying for bacon. Essentially, what's bacon? You want to pay for the bacon. So the fact that this is just bubbling along nicely, calmly, very calmly, is a very good sign. But this has a while to go because a lot of this fat has to cook into the oil. And I have a feeling it's going to be pretty good. Now, let's go over for a second to the pasta. So the pasta here is going to go into the boiling water when that pancetta is done. And then in are going to go three eggs, 3 whole eggs. It's going to get stirred into the pasta. Then it's going to get peppered like crazy. And then the pancetta gets stirred in. And voila. Oops, almost forgot something. The egg and the pecorino cheese get whisked together. The pecorino has to be shredded, obviously, and pepper. Egg, pepper, pecorino. They get all whisked together nicely, and then when the pasta is cooked but drained and really, really hot, they get mixed in with it, just tossed in with it, and the pasta needs to be hot enough to cook the eggs. So that means you have to have a certain amount of pasta, and you can't leave it sit there. It's going to be drained, boom, 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 ready to go at boiling temperature, and this mixture has to be ready. The eggs, the pecorino, and the pepper. So, coming up shortly. Okay, so I think I'm eyeballing this. This is about the right amount of pecorino for 3 eggs. And I think 3 eggs might be too much for this amount of pasta. I don't know. But that's what we're going to do. And the pancetta is coming along very nicely here. The oil seems to be at about a good temperature, nice and low heat. Could probably be just a little bit lower even. But it's cooking very nicely. No, I think it's okay. And the garlic is just very browning a little tiny bit, not too much. So this is going to be ready fairly soon. So what I want to do is get ready the get the egg, cheese, and pepper mixture together and whisked together, and so it's ready to pour into the pasta, and it'll come together. And I think I am going to go ahead and add a little bit of Parmesan cheese to the pecorino. Just why not? Okay, so that pancetta looks very nice. And now, so it's very soon going to go into this mixture of eggs, with Parmesan and Romano cheese, which are going to get whipped into these eggs just as soon as I get the rest of that cheese out of this bowl, and grind in a bunch of pepper. Okay, this is exciting. The pancetta, the water, I'm going to bring it back to a boil again. I got started a little bit too early. And the pancetta, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of heat to it, not too much, just to keep it warm. It's totally cooked, as you remember from a minute ago. Yeah, but the exciting part here, there we go, super low, just to keep that warm and get it bubbling again. And when this is bubbling, in goes the pasta. Okay? Now, here's the thing. This pasta, this is actually what it's going to get cooked in. This is this ceramic bowl. When this pasta is done, it's going to go into this bowl hot, very hot, right out of that pan. I'm going to drain it using this thing. Instead of using a colander, I guess I could use a colander, but I'm just going to pour it through this strainer. No, I'm rethinking this now. Maybe I could use a colander. I don't want it to cool down. But anyhow, it's going to go into this bowl as fast as I can get it in there, hot out of the pot. And then this mixture of eggs, pecorino and Parmesan cheese, and pepper is going to get poured over it and then stirred around, tossed with the pasta. And that's where these eggs will cook. Then on top goes the, so we can get over here, the pancetta. that's it. That's it. It's pretty simple and good, good, good. So yeah, I just use a wooden fork to stir this. I mean, a whisk. Come on, you don't need a whisk on this. The wooden fork's easier to clean. And how much do you think you need it stirred? I'll put down the phone here and really give it a good whipping here with this fork, but I imagine I can get those. So whites busted up pretty good. The whites shouldn't even be in there really by the recipes, just the yolks. But you know, sometimes you just gotta go with what you think might work, and maybe it's gonna be good enough instead of perfect. Okay, so our water is boiling. In is going a bunch of very nice pasta. And this is some nice kind of angel hairish pasta. And what's it called again? Maceroncini di Campofilone. So let's half the package. So this is only maybe 125, 150 grams of it. I like the way that's looking. It'll cook pretty quickly. It probably should be a little bit more robust pasta, a bigger pasta that'll retain more heat. So the amount of eggs and cheese I've got here cook into it nicely. So the thermodynamics of the situation are kind of critical, and I might be pushing the envelope a little bit too much here. We'll see. Okay, so this all needs to happen very quickly. So this pasta is going to go through that strainer and into this bowl as fast as I can do it. I won't be able to do that while I'm holding a cell phone for a camera. Then, instantly, this mixture of egg, cheese, and pepper is going to get poured on, and then this will go on. But I'll stop after I put this on and stir it, because I think I can film that. Okay, film. How antiquated. Okay, I don't know what you think about this particular kitchen utensil, but it worked marvelously. There's the pasta. It's going into the bowl, and then on goes. Okay, nice and steamy, and then here goes on the eggs and the cheese and the pepper, and I'm just going to shut off the video so I can stir that a little bit and cook the eggs. Okay, it's working, it's cooking. Now it goes on the pancetta, which brings into it the hot oil, and the pancetta itself, which brings a lot of heat to the dish. The eggs started to cook. They were, I don't know if they would have finished up on their own there or not, but I'm certain, based on what? I don't know, just a rough feeling from it, experience, that this olive oil, the pancetta, the heat from that will bring to this dish the heat it takes to cook those eggs. And believe me, this is going to get more pepper at the end and a nice dose of Parmesan cheese. But there we have it, pasta carbonara. I'm going to call this, that smells so good. Because, because pancetta, it's bacon. Of course it smells good. All right, see you at the table. And okay, half of this is found onto my dinner plate. Given it some grated Parmesan and a dose of pepper, and why not a little bit of prezzemolo, which is just parsley. This isn't parsley as a garnish. I chopped it up, so I probably could have chopped it finer. To actually eat it with the pasta, So, try this. Bon appetit. Okay, first bite. It's a big bite, which is the way I like it. Take a big bite out of life, I like to say. So here we go. Yeah. That's good. That's good. You might fool with it a little bit, but if you make it just like this, you won't be unhappy. Yeah, that is very good. I wanted to touch on some history a little bit, I think. I seem to recall reading someplace, I don't, this was before the age of Wikipedia, but when people actually fact-checked each other. Not to say it's not true, but the story was at that time that the carbonara came from the carbon manufacturing process, the charcoal manufacturing process in northern Italy. So if this is actually more prevalent in northern Italy, that would be a little bit of a or substantiating fact. They're substantiating data. But the carbonara was the what they used for the coal, right? The charcoal they used to make steel and iron. Italy was really early in the Iron Age, very important in the development of good iron efficiency, iron processing efficiency, iron manufacturing efficiency, which led to the ability to make bigger, deeper plows, which led to the ability to make better yields from the fields, which led to a population explosion in Europe. What was the numbers? I think it went from 30 million to 70 million in like 50 years or something. I might be wrong in these exact numbers, but there's the development of that technology. If it's got anything to do with this pasta, what's the difference? It's still good. It's really, really good. So, there's that little tidbit. It's fantastic.